Dear friends who have gathered at the food conference in New York, I'm very sorry I can't be with you personally, but my heart is with you, as are my thoughts. I do believe food is the most important challenge of our times, both in terms of the threat it poses, the threat to the planet, the threat to our health, the threat to our rural communities. But it is also critical in terms of the opportunities it provides in making a shift to a just system, a sustainable system, a system in which nobody is denied the right to have good, quality, nutritious food at affordable prices. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations recently had a food summit to address the fact that 1 billion people are going without food. Tragically, nobody from the G8 countries was there except Berlusconi, the Italian head of state, because he is in Italy. This trivialization of the food rights of the poor is part of the crisis, and this is a human crisis, but it is linked intimately to the structural issues of how we are producing food and how we are distributing food today. We are producing only about half the food and nutrition that we could be producing. There's an illusion that monocultures, industrial agriculture produce more food. I've spent 25 years of my life working on agroecosystems, planting the kind of gardens that allow us to grow more food using more biodiversity, less fossil fuels, less chemical inputs. We are wasting the sunshine, the soil fertility, the abundance of biodiversity by focusing on chemically based monocultures. We are also misusing the energy because industrial systems generate only 1 unit of energy as food, using 10 units of energy as input. Only half the food produced in this inefficient way then goes to feed people. The rest goes to torture factory farm animals, and it goes to run cars. In rich countries like the United States, half of the food is being thrown away as waste. Add it all together, only 12% of the food potential of the planet is going to feed people. The rest is generating pollution, waste, inefficiencies. We could be doing much better if we used ecological criteria and threw away the outmoded fossil fuel criteria of productivity that have dominated agriculture over the last century in the West and over the last 40 years in our part of the world under the name the Green Revolution, which was neither green nor very revolutionary. Not only is this food system pushing people to hunger, it is at the heart of the climate crisis. Food was a neglected aspect of the climate discussions when the United Nations Framework Convention was negotiated at the Earth Summit in Rio in 1992. It continued to be a neglected aspect of the Kyoto Protocol. Now that some of us have raised the issue of the links between food and climate change, the same people who gave us the problem are jumping on the bandwagon. Monsanto would like to have Roundup-resistant crops as a clean development mechanism in emissions trading. 40% of the greenhouse gases are coming from the way we produce food using fossil fuels, synthetic fertilizers, transporting food very long distance, putting animals in factory farms, which creates methane emissions. Going ecological could get rid of the nitrogen emissions from synthetic fertilizers. Liberating animals and reducing meat consumption could reduce methane dramatically. And localizing our food systems is a vital aspect of reducing food miles. A long time ago, a Danish study showed that for 1 kilogram of food, 10 kilograms of carbon dioxide were being emitted. We need to localize our food system. Those are the 3 shifts we need to make, from global, inefficient, wasteful, unjust systems that create hunger and are destroying the planet, to systems that begin with local distribution and local production, only importing long distance what you cannot grow locally. We'd be happy to send you good spices from India in the future, just as in the past, India supplied the world with good spices. But you don't have to force us to eat bad wheat from Kargil, and the global trade rules that are about mutually assured destruction, using $400 billion of subsidies of your tax money to destroy our farmers, is not the kind of food system we want. We definitely do not want seeds in the hand of one company, Monsanto. The abundance of seed diversity can feed the world. Monsanto can only kill our farmers. 200,000 Indian farmers have committed suicide since 1997 in India. That's when the seed supply started to be monopolized by corporations like Monsanto. And the highest rate of suicides are in the regions where Monsanto sells the largest volumes of its genetically engineered Bt cotton. We need an agriculture where farmers live, the soil lives, the biodiversity thrives, and each and every person has healthy food. Today's food system is a curse on the planet, a curse to our bodies, and a curse to the countryside. A local, biodiverse, ecological agriculture can rejuvenate our health, it can rejuvenate the countryside, and it can rejuvenate the planet. Let's work together. We can make it happen.